Hello everyone. Welcome to my bold and the beautiful news channel. I hope you're all having an amazing day. Before we dive into today's content, make sure to hit that subscribe button and show some love by giving this video a thumbs up. The bold and the beautiful spoilers uncover that Poppy Nozawa implied about not abandoning her fantasy of an existence with Bill Spencer, yet he appears to have completely placed her in the rearview reflect. Bill has come to understand that anything that enchanted he imparted to Poppy was a second in time and can't contend with his eternity Katie Logan love. In spite of the fact that Bill needs to rejoin with Katie, she's dawdling on reuniting. Charge told Will Spencer that he wanted to continue to seek after Katie, however he has a reinforcement old flame, assuming that he really wants one. B&B could be preparing for one more round of Bill and Brooke Logan, relying upon how things work out with Edge Forrester, who's now far nearer to Taylor Hayes than he ought to be. In any case, Bill and Poppy's relationship is by all accounts over for good. Never express never on a Poppy and Bill gathering, since this is a cleanser, yet it's dicey her fantasy will at any point materialize. In view of that, we need to consider how Poppy will genuinely adapt to losing Bill and this life she so frantically needed with him. Obviously, Poppy is likewise striving over Luna Nozawa's incredible way of behaving and all the mayhem she released. Obviously, Poppy faults herself in some way or another, so all of this could cause significant damage and lead to her psychological break. All in all, losing Bill and watching Luna land in jail could drive Poppy directly past the brink. Assuming that is the situation, Poppy's rule of fear may come up straight away. Maybe B&B could give Poppy an agitating new circular segment of her own, assuming that she continues in Luna's frightening strides. Poppy could target Katie, Brooke, or both, relying upon who Bill winds up continuing on with. There could be alternate ways for Poppy to run wild also, so it'd be intriguing to see her let completely go and do a few room things. The show could utilize somewhat more fervor nowadays, so having Poppy winding crazy would unquestionably help. Our expectations hint that Bill's affection life is continuously going to be confounded, so stay with us for refreshes on any chaotic news ahead. The bold and the beautiful spoilers say Bill should prepare for anything show is next on the CBS cleanser. The bold and the beautiful spoilers recap for Thursday, October 17, uncovers that Steffy Forrester pardoned Edge Forrester for keeping her out of the loop on Taylor Hayes' condition since he truly moved forward for her. Steffy expected Brooke Logan must have had a conniption when she strolled in on Edge all messed up with Taylor. Edge conceded Brooke was upset, yet he recommended he streamline things with the confidential show of a similar posture at home. Steffy answered with an "you right" as Brooke strolled in and spoke up about being happy Taylor was all right. Despite the fact that Steffy acknowledged Edge for aiding Taylor, Brooke demanded Taylor additionally had entirely proficient specialists. When RGG Forrester and Zend Forrester Dominguez sprung up, they communicated energy over expectation for the future being on the rise. Steffy didn't appear to be as sure, however she proposed they'd find out soon enough, that is assuming expectation loading at any point appeared for the gathering. Meanwhile, RJ said thanks to everybody for being strong while he was handling all the Luna Nozawa show. RJ and Zen conceded they hadn't heard from Luna since she got secured, yet they were cheerfully zeroing in on expectation for the future at any rate. In the hall, Carter recollected kissing Trust and grinned over their association. In the plant office, Trust was focused on in front of the expectation for the future gathering and griped to Liam Spencer while looking for a thumb drive. Trust expected Steffy assembled this conference to compromise her line once more and was depleted from continually being in peril. Liam proposed to take Bet Spencer this evening so that Trust could depressurize after the gathering was finished, so she was thankful. At the point when Carter showed up, he was shocked to by track down Liam with Trust. Liam guaranteed Trust that Carter would deal with her in the forthcoming gathering, so Carter said Liam could depend on it. After Liam left on Thursday's B&B episode, Carter let Trust know that she didn't need to make sense of anything with respect to her ex's visit. Concerning the gathering that was coming up, Carter repeated that he'd uphold her and said Trust shouldn't fail to remember that he had her covered. In the president's office, Trust and Carter joined Steffi, Edge, Brooke, Archie, and Zen to talk about where expect what was to come stood. Carter brought up that Edge was tossing his full help behind Brooke's room, which was paying off. The numbers weren't where they needed them yet for Trust's line, yet Carter had an arrangement to fix that. Rather than simply giving Expect the Future additional time, Carter thought they should have been sinking more assets into it. Steffi and Edge were careful about doing that since expectation for what was to come was at that point battling. However, Carter demanded they couldn't put a cost on the social effect. Carter ensured that terrible expectation for the future would hurt them since it was their most significant line. Buzz could be created, yet honesty must be procured. Carter hyped Trust's commitments and made an expectation that all her line required was the greatest spotlight they could give it. When Carter said they shouldn't abandon expectation for the future, she grinned over how steady he was being. Carter's enthusiastic protection of Trust additionally appeared to amaze Steffi, Edge, and the others. At Spencer Distributions, Will Spencer made Bill Spencer vow not to go crazy and let it be known about his new entry-level position at Forrester Manifestations. Bill yelled about it being hogwash and contended that Will expected to come figure out how to maintain a genuine business at Spencer Distributions. Will ultimately became legitimate about the ravishing young ladies at Forrester being a major draw, so Bill settled down and appeared to be satisfied that was the genuine explanation. Bill likewise wasn't abandoning rejoining with Katie Logan, yet Will conceded he told her that since they were extraordinary guardians didn't mean they made a decent couple. Bill was frustrated in himself since Will and Katie have no faith in him how he would have preferred them to. Liam at last joined the discussion and needed to partake in the folks' night that Will and Bill were arranging. Bill discussed how might would be an extraordinary expansion to Spencer Distributions one day before Liam commended Will for helping him as of late. Liam said that Will was sufficiently benevolent to assist him with acknowledging he needed an existence with Trust once more. The bold and the beautiful spoilers say Liam may not get his desire at any point in the near future, so stay with us for refreshes on Trust and Carter's growing sentiment. Bill ranted about it being nonsense and argued that Will needed to come learn how to run a real business at Spencer Publications. Will eventually got honest about the gorgeous girls at Forrester being a big draw, so Bill settled down and seemed pleased that was the real reason. Bill also wasn't giving up on reuniting with Katie Logan, but Will admitted he told her that just because they were great parents didn't mean they made a good couple. Bill was disappointed in himself since Will and Katie didn't trust him the way he wanted them to. Liam ultimately joined the conversation and wanted in on the guys' night that Will and Bill were planning. Bill talked about how Will would be a great addition to Spencer Publications one day before Liam praised Will for assisting him recently. Liam said that Will was kind enough to help him realize he wanted a life with hope again. The bold and the beautiful spoilers say Liam may not get his wish anytime soon, so stick with us for updates on Hope and Carter's budding romance. Bill was frustrated in himself since Will and Katie have no faith in him how he would have preferred them to. Liam at last joined the discussion and needed to partake in the folks' night that Will and Bill were arranging. Bill discussed how might would be an extraordinary expansion to Spencer Distributions one day before Liam commended Will for helping him as of late. Liam said that Will was sufficiently benevolent to assist him with acknowledging he needed an existence with Trust once more. The bold and the beautiful spoilers say Liam may not get his desire at any point in the near future, so stay with us for refreshes on Trust and Carter's growing sentiment. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more updates.